What we can't do is engage in the kinds of symbolic battles that so often consume Washington, while the rest of America waits for us to solve problems. Battles or win symbolic victories. They would much rather have the comfort of knowing that when they...
It bears also a very strong symbolic value.
This is a symbolic site of the extraordinary sacrifice that was made on that terrible day, almost 10 years ago. This is a symbolic site of the extraordinary sacrifice that was made on that terrible day, almost 10 years ago. I first visited you when I was still a senator and had the opportunity to visit the lovely garden, and for me to be able to bring a tree from the United States that will find a home in that garden, I think is symbolic of not only of the friendship between our two nations, but between the two of us personally. Just a few days from now, Jews here in Israel and around the world will sit with family and friends at the Seder table and celebrate with songs, wine, and symbolic foods. After the Super Bowl, Joe said the win was representative and symbolic of our city. We're a blue, and I would not have taken this before Congress just as a symbolic gesture.
So President Obama's visit to Italy isn't just a symbolic gesture.
And I do reiterate it. I'm sure that the experiences of recent months and also our talks here on the symbolic date of our 25th anniversary of freedom, these talks were not just symbolic and were not only referring to the history.
And I think this would be very symbolic. Exactly in Normandy, we can start to find out the peaceful process in Ukraine.
And so, in addition to the symbolic act of signing on to this declaration, this also gives us an opportunity to collaborate and learn more about some of the great work that's being done out there and figuring out how government, private sector, nonprofits can all work together to achieve the same goal.
What the response would be to this attack, and then
So,
also would you consider taking some sort of symbolic step like watching the movie yourself or doing some sort of screening here?
I've got a long list of movies I'm going to be watching.
But
this is much more than just a symbolic visit.
That agreement is both a symbolic declaration of global cooperation on climate change as well as a practical guide for growing our economies in a responsible and sustainable way.